Jefferson High School after district leaders say a student used artificial intelligence to create inappropriate images of classmates. We'll tell you what the district is saying right now. Plus, the John Nolan Drive construction project continues despite the bitterly cold weather. We'll tell you how crews plan for the worst conditions. And later, a new food pantry is opening its doors, built by community donations. We'll show you how big of a difference this will make. And we welcome you now to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Sarah Carlson. Eric is off tonight. We begin the night in Jefferson County, where parents of high school students there received a letter about an incident involving photos and the misuse of technology. Our Tanisha Shaw is here with a breakdown of what happened and how the school is handling it. Tanisha?
Hi, Sarah. Right now, we know that earlier this week, Jefferson School's principal sent an email out about this incident. A student took pictures of other students at the school and used AI to turn them into inappropriate pictures without their consent. Those photos were shared with someone from another school district and other students at Jefferson High. Some of those photos were uploaded to an online folder with a link. Right now, Jefferson High School and police are working to get rid of that folder. And in the email sent out this week, staff asked parents to follow these steps to be more involved with their child's online life. They asked them to monitor their digital activity, discuss digital consent, and to report inappropriate content, but make sure that they do not share it. And right now, we are still looking for the answers for a lot of unanswered questions. We do not know how many students are impacted or if anyone will press charges. I reached out to the police department and Jefferson School District for an on-camera interview, but none of them agreed to one today.
All right, thank you so much, Tanisha. We'll continue to follow that. In other news, we now know the identity of the woman who died after crashing her vehicle into a light pole in Verona earlier this week. According to the medical examiner, 48-year-old Elise Constantini died at the hospital from injuries suffered in that crash. It happened along American Way near Batker Court near the Costco in Verona. Constantini was the only person in her vehicle at that time. Well, turning to weather now, another day of bitter cold, but somehow, Alex, it felt nice out.
It did. Just a little bit of improvement. You got the sun out there. The winds weren't terribly strong today. Felt pretty good. And on my social media, meteorologist Alex Harrington, Facebook, you can comment if you thought today felt a little bit better. A lot of folks are saying, yes, but you are entitled to a no answer as well. Friday, 13, it sticks out there because all the rest of our temperatures warm up into the mid to upper 20s to the lower 30s by the time we get to the middle and the latter part of next week, with Friday being the warmest. These are temperatures normal for this time of year. When have you heard me say that lately? Not a lot. 6 right now in Madison. Temperatures are dipping quickly. We have clear skies. Anytime you have clear skies, that radiation goes right out to space, meaning the temperatures cool down rather quickly. 8 to the west in the west part of Dane County. We've got 8 in Lone Rock, 11 in Camp Douglas, 9 in Janesville. Right now, the wind chills are pretty close to the actual air temperature. Why? Because the winds are light for right now, but they're going to get a little gusty as we head into Friday morning. They'll ramp up just a little bit, and that's going to bring those wind chills right back down, -5 to -15. Again, if you have to be out, we know some folks have to be out to work in these conditions, work and school as well. Just bundle up and take some breaks, again, if you need to be out for prolonged periods of time. But this is likely the last morning where we're going to see wind chills of -5 to -15. Actual air temperatures tonight getting down to as cold as perhaps -2, for example, in Madison, and 13 to 14 for high temperatures on Friday. But notice Madison, Monroe, Janesville, Watertown, over towards Milwaukee. A few snowflakes coming down from the sky. What direction will that snow be coming from? It's a little bit unique. I'll talk more about that and other snow chances coming up in just a little while.
All right, thank you, Alex. And this week, News 3 Now is asking for your help to keep the heat and power on for thousands of Wisconsin families. We're raising money for the nonprofit Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. It provides critical help for people facing heating and cooling emergencies when all other resources fall short.
Thank you to the people that hear these interviews, that donate, because you have no idea what $1, $5, or $100 can do to help a family. So don't hesitate. Don't say, I don't have much to give. Anything that you give is all combined to help people, so it will make a big difference in the community.
And out of every dollar donated, 95 cents will directly help those in crisis stay warm. It all leads up to our telethon tomorrow. And if you'd like to donate, you can scan that QR code right on the screen. And we also have a link to the donation page on channel3000.com. Well, John Nolan Drive construction continues in this cold despite the challenges of this harsh winter weather. Our Nash Dara has an update on the project and if the freezing temps have caused any problems. Hey, Nash.
Hey, Sarah. During construction, safety is the #1 priority. But add to the mix freezing temperatures, just being outside alone can become a health concern. Construction on John Nolan Drive is one of the major Dane County projects happening at the moment. The prime contractor, Zenith Tech, however, was prepared for the winter, providing a general safety plan for the cold. A plan that prohibits working when temperatures drop below zero to prevent equipment damage, as well as keeping workers safe, which is a standard that has so far been seamless.
Winter has certainly been here. There have been some lost work days, but nothing beyond what was expected in the project planning. You know, especially with winter work like this, we assume there will be some lost days. It's not typical to have this much road work in the winter, but given we've got bridge work over water, winter is actually a good time to do it. For this project, being able to work through the winters is beneficial and keeps things moving faster.
Another concern stemming from the winter was making sure plows and salt trucks would be operational on the busy road while also keeping up with traffic control, which Aaron Canton says has remained pretty standard. Off camera, I was also able to speak with an engineer on the project with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, and he said as far as project schedule is concerned, a certain number of days were incorporated, so the overall schedule has not been delayed. Sarah, construction is currently in its second stage with active work being done to the Monona Bay side of the road, where workers are currently removing old and standing bridges.
All right, thank you so much, Nash. And it's the beginning of a new era for the River Food Pantry. Today, they held a ribbon cutting ceremony for the brand new building. The ceremony comes as the River prepares to reopen and resume programs and services tomorrow. Leaders say the new facility will allow the organization to better serve the community as it resumes operations.
By the end of 2025, the River was serving over 4,000 individuals each week. That number is nearly double what it was 3 years ago, and it continues to climb. It's clear that this building and our mission is absolutely necessary for our community.
Coming up later in the show, News 3 Now's Susan Simon will stop by to give us a tour of this new facility and share more on the impact it will have on the community. Coming up next, great news for bikers, walkers, and runners in Sun Prairie. We'll tell you about a special investment there. Plus, get ready to tune in to music's biggest night. We'll tell you the artists gearing up for the Grammys and who is expected to walk away with the big wins. And again, don't forget to donate to our Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Just scan that QR code. With your help, we can provide critical assistance to those facing the heating crisis right now. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. The city of Sun Prairie is getting more than $200,000 in grant money from the Department of Transportation in order to improve safety for bicyclists and pedestrians. The Safe Streets and Roads for All grant will help the city build temporary traffic calming mechanisms in areas where traffic injuries are more prevalent. The money will also be used to complete a traffic study of its high injury areas and identify what other improvements are needed. The city expects this grant fund to be available by the end of the year. Well, the Grammy Awards are only a few days away, and now I have to try to pronounce all of these names. Ready? Kendrick Lamar, that was an easy one. He leads the 2026 Grammys with 9 nominations, an encore of last year's success, where he took home 5 awards. He's competing again for Record of the Year alongside Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, Doechii, Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, Chappell Rowan, and Rosé, and Bruno Mars. Music critic Chris Willman says the Grammys voter base is evolving.
One thing the Recording Academy has done recently is invite everyone who votes for the Latin Grammys to become a voter for the regular Grammys. And so that is going to cause a big shift, I think, in giving Latin music more of a chance.
So much fun. You can watch the Grammy Awards this Sunday from 7 to 10:30 p.m. right here on CBS. Still ahead, after serving families for 2 decades, the River Food Pantry finds a new place to call home. After the break, Susan Simon takes a look at what this new and improved pantry has in store for the community. Plus, could we see snow this week? I don't want to use that word, Alex. He returns with a complete forecast. And of course, if you'd still like to donate to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, it is never too late. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go ahead and visit channel3000.com. We'll be right back.
Now at 6.
And you're taking a live look at the Beltline right now off of Park Street, where we only have a few more days of bitter cold before the temperatures start to return to that word normal we've been looking for. Let's check back in, speaking of, with Alex for a complete look at the forecast, and everybody is just so celebratory over what's coming.
What the nice temperatures, and I say nice, relatively speaking, right around 12 degrees. And Sarah, you mentioned just before the break, could we have some snow? There is a chance of snow as we go into Friday, but not for all of southern Wisconsin. Take a peek here, Future Track. Look east towards Waukesha and Milwaukee. A lake effect snow band is going to try to wobble its way towards the west. That doesn't happen very often. Usually as it wobbles west, it loses its steam, but it might hold just enough steam, so to speak, even though it's snow, to get just as far west as Madison, perhaps sneaking Janesville over towards Darien and Elkhorn. That lake effect snow band may bring perhaps a dusting to a half-inch of snow, but areas further to the east towards Milwaukee where that band hangs around just a little bit longer, more persistent, maybe 1, 2, 3, or 4 inches if you are heading east in I-94. I don't know why I keep saying I-39 today. I-94 as you head east towards Milwaukee. There could be a couple of slick spots to enter as we go into Friday morning. Now we have more snow chances Sunday night going on into Monday, and then another weather system Tuesday night going on into Wednesday, and I want to emphasize light snow chances right now. Here's how that weather system, first to show you here, is going to pan out on Sunday with a clipper-like system, a cold front coming through from the north and from the west. By the time we get into Sunday afternoon and evening, a quick band of snow moves across southern Wisconsin through the evening hours, ending by the time we get to Monday with just light snow accumulations at this point in time. As we track the next 10 days together, we have that light snow chance Friday, light snow chance as we go into Sunday, and then that well-anticipated, all-anticipated, everybody's probably cheering on the other side of that camera over there, the warm-up next week, and no alert days right now in the forecast. Current temperatures, well, this is a bit on the cold side, but progress degree by degree. 6 at the airport, 8 in Cross Plains, 8 in Belleville. Zooming on out here, we got a lot of 8s. We got a 9 in the Dells, a 9 in Janesville, and 11 in Camp Douglas. Wind chills out there, not too terribly cold right now, but don't let your guard down. One more morning of bitterly cold wind chills between -5 and -15. Can't rule out a -22 in Viroqua. And just take it easy, bundle up. Take some breaks from the cold weather as we go into Friday morning. And if you have to be out in it, as Nash was saying a little bit earlier in the newscast, just again, take some breaks and bundle up as much as you can. -2 for a low temperature tonight in Madison, and then we'll go for a high of 13, 14, 15 common across all of southern Wisconsin with those light snow chances for mainly areas Madison and south and east towards Janesville and over towards Milwaukee. And after that light snow Sunday and Monday, another chance Tuesday night going into Wednesday. But the best part of this 10-day forecast, 20s. I haven't said that in a while. 20s to near 30. How about 32 next Friday? I'll take it. What do you think?
It looks beautiful, Alex, especially the weekend. Thank you so much. And with these winter temperatures sticking around, 30 is still cold. News 3 Now is asking for help to support the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund through our Week of Warmth. This is it. Out of every dollar that's donated, 95 cents goes directly to help those in crisis who need to stay warm and safe. In order to donate, you can scan that QR code on your screen right now. And we also have a link to the donation page on channel3000.com. And thank you to those who've donated. A big upgrade for a vital community resource. Earlier, we showed you the ribbon cutting at the new River Food Pantry on Packers Avenue. Tonight, Susan Simon takes us inside to reveal what your donations made possible. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Sarah. Exciting day today, and it marks the beginning of a new chapter for hunger relief in our community. A chance to serve more people more efficiently and with greater dignity than ever before. Across the street from where it all began on Madison's north side is a reminder of how far our community has come to fight hunger. What does it feel like to be in here?
pretty amazing.
Yeah. Rhonda Adams is the executive director of the River Food Pantry. After 20 years of operating out of an aging warehouse, Dane County's busiest food pantry has now tripled in size. And it's brand new. It still smells like fresh paint. It does, like a new car. How will this expansion help you better serve our community?
Oh, again, just being able to have the space to bring in folks. We just walked down this corridor that had classrooms so we can bring in community partners, kind of like if you think about wraparound services.
It's a pinch me moment, isn't it?
It is. I'm so very grateful. So, old building we leased, this building we own, and it's paid for.
The custom-built pantry now has plenty of storage, 3 truck docks for deliveries, plus 2 drive-through garage bays where visitors can drop off donations. There are classrooms, temperature-controlled lockers for access to food when the pantry is closed, and a space for in-person dining.
This is a community space that we can do things like a blood drive, a job fair, different things that will support the community. So we've not had this very dedicated space before.
And it's so beautiful. It's so light and bright. All the windows. In the old pantry, there's no windows.
Thank you for noticing that, right? So that's always a question that I ask people. So what do you see that's different here? And it's all the natural light.
The kitchen looks ready for a reality TV cooking competition with an all-electric 10-burner stove and a commercial tilt skillet, which is able to cook large amounts of food at once.
We've had an amazing kitchen staff that can put out up to 3,000 meals in a week. Now we can put out much more.
The New River was made possible by a $12 million capital campaign and is arriving just in time as more people are relying on food pantries. What would you say to people who may need help, but they're hesitant to reach out?
Of course, we know about that. There's a stigma attached to needing help, but we're here and we're good people.
The pantry will open tomorrow, and then it will gradually open to the public in stages, and a big grand opening event is planned for later in the summer. The River saw its busiest day on record just 2 months ago in November. They served over 25,000 pounds of groceries. So if you'd like to help, Rhonda says the the top things they need are donating food, money, and of course, volunteering your time. It's all vital. So an exciting day, Sarah, but also a little bittersweet because the need in our community is so great.
And thank you so much, Susan. It's lovely seeing our community stepping up. And now we're headed to sports and a celebratory day in sports, too.
Yeah, absolutely a celebratory day, and hard to follow up that incredible story by Susan. But still to come in sports here from Wisconsin men's hoops after a historic night at the Kohl Center.
And now, News 3 Now Sports, brought to you by TDS Telecom.
2 Edgewood University students are learning what it means to push through even when they're tired, balancing intense classes with the demands of being college athletes. Our sports reporter, Kay Racine, takes us into their lives.
Between the classroom and the court, seniors Ava Berg and Grace Vesperman are stretched thin, but walking away from either isn't an option.
Playing basketball is something I've always loved, and I didn't want to let that go yet.
And neither did Vesperman.
Put so much work into both, and it's hard to give up 2 things.
The second thing being nursing school.
My first nursing semester, it was really hard, and it took a bit to get used to the time management and stuff.
But for Vesperman, that wasn't her first choice.
My first semester, I was initially criminal justice, and then I switched right after my first semester, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
And then nursing school became personal for the Madison native after she tore her ACL.
I didn't get to play last year, so coming back, just like, oh, I don't want to be done. It just made me realize how much I really love it.
So between 5 a.m. clinicals and late night practices, the grind never really stops. And they both agree the challenge is worth it.
You can do it. It's doable.
It's just definitely a doable thing. It doesn't to be scary, and there's, resources to help too.
And for these seniors, there's one thing that makes the balance a little bit easier.
The people, especially on the team.
And with their teammates helping carry the load, these future nurses are learning that even the caregivers need care too. In Madison, Kay Racine, News 3 Sports.
Kay, thank you. A tale of two halves. That's what last night was for Wisconsin men's basketball, following a really, really bad first half where the Badgers trailed by as many as 20. Bucky barged back, outscoring Minnesota 50-28 in the second, beating the Gophers for the 11th straight time and tying the program record for the second largest comeback ever in a second half. A game Jack Janicki says will help Bucky long after the buzzer sounded.
I think a win like yesterday sort of reinforces our culture and what Wisconsin's culture has always been. We got away from that in the first half, but it showed our maturity and our ability to find a way to win in a tough game. So it was a great feeling when that buzzer finally rang in that second half, because it was an uphill climb, and yeah, it was just a win that sort of brought us all together.
That's awesome to hear. Thanks for watching News 3 Now at 6. Entertainment Tonight is up next. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.